All right, after one quarter of play, Norristown out ahead, 7-0. They dominated early, but Upper Merion's turned things around. They've made some big mistakes, but haven't had to pay the price for them yet.
And in case you missed it, 1 minute and 58 seconds into this contest, Jim Scott dropping back, third play from scrimmage for the Eagles. He nails Forrest Davis with a 68-yard strike, and that gave the Eagles their points. Danny Boyd here carrying the ball. I'll tell you, a tough day so far for Danny Boyd. Hardly any running room at all.
And in on the tackle that time for the Vikings was Ed Helensky, along with his teammate, number 62, Tony Cicchino.
You like that, how I flipped the page just in time
I love
for those
that.
numbers.
That was well timed. And into the ball game now for Norristown. We've got a substitution. Looks like number 21, Len Bazemore. We haven't seen too much of Len. He excelled early in this season, but he's in now replacing Daryl Moses.
Len, what, a sophomore?
Sophomore or a junior? I believe he's a junior this year. Jim Scott sets the offense. 2nd down and 7. We're just underway in the second quarter. Scott, the quick drop. He's got Yorick open. Yorick steps inside, tries to cut outside. No place to go. He's brought down at about the 27-yard line.
Brad Yorick entered this contest, 17 receptions. The amazing thing, he's the Eagles' leading receiver, but he's also the #1 man as far as average per catch, 29 yards per reception. He's also scored 7 touchdowns this year.
Well, when you have about 4 receptions that were 80 yards long or more, that's easy to pull up the old average. It's taking nothing away from him. I mean, those things are great.
That's okay. Brad will be looking for you after the game.
3rd down and 4. 10:44 to play in this half. Norristown with their home blue on. There's the handoff to Danny Boyd. Boyd close to the 1st down. We'll see what they call it. Where do they spot this ball? We've got a timeout, I believe, for a measurement. It's going to be very, very close.
No, they give it to him.
Okay, no timeout. Officials say close enough.
Steve Sarosophy collaring Boyd that time.
I got it right here. Where was I?
No. We have offsides there. Let's see. It looks like it's Upper Merion. Never can tell, though. Maybe there was some movement on the Eagles line. Upper Merion, of course, pointing toward Norristown. Let's see. It's the officials move the counts. Nope. Against the Vikings. 5-yard pickup for the Eagles. 1st and 5 now. Only the 2nd flag thrown in this contest.
You hear that Norristown pep band and the alumni pep band in the background. I'd like to thank all of those Norristown alums who came out to play here on Thanksgiving Day, who spent their time practicing and rehearsing for today. Certainly adding to the festivities here at Roosevelt Field. 1st down, 5 to go from the 35-yard line of Norristown. Scott hands off. Another 1st down, it looks like. That time Bazemore, the ball carrier, he picks up just enough for the 1st down, so we'll mark it at the 40-yard line. 1st down, Eagles.
I'm glad he carried the ball again, because I did look it up. He is a 5'11 junior, so naturally he'll be getting lots of playing time next year. Bazemore, though, coming to the sideline. Daryl Moses coming in. Hey, you know, the better Bazemore and Davis do today, the less defenses, as we said in the pregame show, can key on Danny Boyd, who really has been held to about 20 yards on the day.
The handoff this time goes to Daryl Moses. He spins off one tackle, tries to fight it outside, but still loses a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 11 for Norristown from their own 39-yard line. 8:56 to play in this half. There's been no scoring since Norristown struck early with a big play from Jim Scott to Forrest Davis. 68-yard scoring pass. Rob Wennick added the extra point, and that's where we stand right now. Once again, I'm Jeff Brandon along with Alan Riley. This game being brought to you by the Norristown Area School District. Mr. Tony Coya, producer and director for this program. There's the shot again to Yorick. Yorick looks for the pass. Got it. Forrest Davis open again. He can't catch up to it. Little flea flicker there. They throw to Yorick. Yorick steps back behind the line of scrimmage and unloads one to Forrest Davis. Just not enough time. Davis couldn't run under it.
Davis that time was stuck coming across the middle. He took a hit, kind of delayed him just by a couple of seconds, and that's all that counted. But you're right, Brad Yorick literally was just standing out there waiting to the last second to throw that one. So we've seen a quick pick, if I say that properly, a flea flicker, who knows what else.
And third down at 11. Of course, these teams have almost an extra week to prepare for this ball game, so it's easy to insert new plays. It's the end of the season. Your team is ready. They understand the system. They're all psyched for this ball game, so you give them something extra to go for. Uh-oh, pressure. Scott gets it off. Forrest Davis is open.
Overthrew him.
I tell you, Davis cut inside a little bit that time, but Scott was throwing outside. Just too much. No way Forrest Davis could reel that one in, and Chris Scarpula will come in to punt the ball away.
Scarpula got off an excellent boot last time, but the Eagles hurt themselves after the guy at the Upper Merion returner had signaled for a fair catch. One of the Norristown defenders hit him.
And
penalty naturally called.
And back deep for the Vikings, Staley and Daywalt.
Scarpula, by the way, averaging just about 30 yards a boot this season.
Snap from the 40. Scarpula, plenty of time. Nice kick. It's taken at the 25-yard line by Daywalt. He's up to the 35, and not much more. He's brought down at about the 36-yard line by Kevin Every. We have just over 8 minutes to play in this first half.
Fast-paced first half, too.
Yes, I'd have to say so. And the weather is holding up beautifully.
Although I have to think that it's at least 15 degrees warmer out there where the sun is shining. Didn't Tony Coya say that he'd get us the heated press box this season?
I thought he was at least going to get a sunroof.
That must be it. That's why he's wearing the hat.
The handoff up off the right side goes to Joe White. 2 yards on the play. Well, the officials say make it 1. So second down and 9 from the 37-yard line. Matt Moresco in at quarterback, number 8 for the Upper Merion Vikings. He's back there with Joe White and Jeff Hearn.
Not been the best of days for Matt Moresco if you haven't caught on yet. 2 passes, 2 interceptions.
Ryan Foster on the wing. Ryan Foster doesn't know where he's supposed to be. Timeout. Moresco says, fine.
We'll settle this in the huddle. That's the second timeout taken by Upper Merion. Well, yes, you see one of the Norristown coaches running out there to talk to his defense in short sleeves. Must be something macho with football coaches. I don't know. They're always there with short sleeves.
Must be Mr. Everett.
By the way, and if it is, we'd like to thank him because he did a tremendous job the past 2 games that we have done for you, CB East game and also this one here on Thanksgiving, of compiling all the Norristown stats for us. And believe me, when we're standing up here with no commercials, no instant replays, and nothing else to say, those stats come in handy.
I agree, because if we don't have them, we just ramble on, and that's about the best we can do usually.
Of course, that's why they pay us the big money, which
that's
is
why our
absolutely
contract
nothing at all.
extends into the next century. Did you know that? Because you can't beat free.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Second and call it 9. A lot of movement, not much production though. Maybe a yard.
Handoff that time went inside to John Staley, number 29. He lost a yard on the play. Make it third down and 10. So the Vikings not exactly moving this ball with ease here, but then again, neither is Norristown.
So do the Vikings, who have had such success here today, and I'm saying that sarcastically, putting up the ball. What do they do here? Looking at the big situation, 3rd and 10, Jeff, do they throw it?
Sure, I'd put the ball up. Why not? Norristown needs an interception.
Ooh. Boy, and I thought I was critical.
They do. Moresco back to pass. He's got a man open. Holinsky, he's got his 1 catch, folks.
That's right. He's caught one in every one of the games.
He's also got a first down on an 18-yard pickup, and the Vikings cross midfield to the Norristown 47. Holinsky has 29 catches this year for 446 yards. He's a 6'4", 215-pound senior. And that reception total I just gave you was the most receptions by an Upper Merion receiver since Graham Hopper's 34 in 1975.
I am just overloading you with information and tidbits here today.
I feel like Reagan preparing for a debate. Mike Lynch in on the tackle that time. The carry was up the middle. Maybe a yard on the play. 2nd down and 9 from the Norristown 46-yard line. 6:15 to play in this half. We'd like to thank the camera people here today. Chad Hart, Paul Bean, John Conlon, and Suzanne and Denise McCoskey for all of their help in putting this production together. Second and 9. Moresco, hands off. Big hole on that left side.
Late hit, too.
Staley, close to a first down, but I'll tell you, it doesn't matter because it's going to be a 15-yarder, I believe, for a late hit. Called a face mask.
Face mask.
Staley picked up about 7 yards on that carry. We'll move it down another 15. And Upper Merion with, by far, their best opportunity of this ball game inside the Norristown 30-yard line to the 28. And there's the call again, face mask against the Eagles. 5:44 to play in the half. Norristown up on top, 7-0. Jim Scott to Forrest Davis. Rob Wennick's extra point, the only scoring so far today. Long count. Oh, big hit that time by Rowan Watson on Joe White. Moresco rolls right. He's got some running room. He puts the ball up anyway. Got a man open. Touchdown! Ed Holinsky with a big score. 22-yard scoring pass. Matt Moresco to Ed Holinsky. 7-6. They'll set up for the extra point with a chance to tie this game.
Moresco's 3rd touchdown pass of the season. For Holinsky, I think all of them have gone to Holinsky, come to think of it. No, he has 5 on the year.
The set is up. The kick is up. It's good. We have a tie game, ladies and gentlemen. 7-all with 4:44 to play in the half.
Well, now we go back and we say, boy, wasn't that face masking penalty that gave them an extra 15 yards in their deepest possession costly?
I think it comes down to one word, capitalize.
Exactly.
Upper Merion capitalized on Norristown's mistakes. Norristown has failed to capitalize on Upper Merion's mistakes.
That's right. The Eagles have had excellent penetration on 2 drives down deep in Upper Merion territory around the 25-yard line. And you're right, they've come away with 0 on the scoreboard. And we had made a point of saying it earlier, how close these games are annually. And if you don't take advantage of the situations early, they'll come back to haunt you. Back deep for the Eagles. On the near side, we have number 1, Forrest Davis. And on the far side, Jeff, who's returning for Norristown?
Danny Boyd.
Danny Boyd? Yeah, I can make out those numbers down there. Number 2 for Boyd. Steve Jessica kicking off for Upper Merion, number 45.
Jessica's kick is low. It'll be taken by Len Bazemore. Bazemore tap and a reception there. Bazemore got some room in the middle. He's ripped down by the neck at about the 34-yard line.
15-yard return that time for Bazemore.
Norristown needs to get on track here on offense. They've just been going through the motions, it seems. Can't get anything to go for them.
You know, they've tried the flea flicker the last time. That wasn't successful. They put the ball up a couple times. Really, their only successful play has been the touchdown strike to Davis, opening the ball game. Danny Boyd has virtually been shut out in the backfield.
Brad Yorick split left. We've got the 3-man backfield this time with Moses, Boyd, and Davis. The handoff goes to Moses. Moses picks his way through the middle. He's still going. Darrell Moses doesn't want to go down. He picks up 8 yards on that play. Darrell Moses has carried the ball 47 times this year for 251 yards and an average of 5.3 yards a carry. He picked up a little bit on that on that last carry.
You know, coming into the season, Roger Grove was discussing the use of the three-man backfield, Jeff, and how many options it would give to Danny Boyd, prevent the defenses from keying on him, etc. But because of the injuries and everything else, it really hasn't developed into an effective unit this season.
They go to Danny Boyd this time off the right side. Boyd hits that hole and gets ripped down by Helensky, but not before he picks up about 4 on the play. And that's a first down, folks. So we'll move the chains, and the Eagles very close to midfield at about their own 47-yard line.
Danny Boyd coming into this game, 1,371 yards, 12 touchdowns. Putting those numbers across the board for you, 125 yards a game, 5.4 yards per carry. And, of course, as we said earlier, he needs only 217 in this game to break Wayne Denson's career mark of 2,781.
Only 200 yards.
Hey, he ran for 280 against Methacton, third game of the year. Never know.
Not today unless he has an explosive half in that second half. Forrest Davis trying to find his way outside. Not to be. And in on the tackle that time, number 46, Sean Poston.
You know, the man that made that play possible, though, Jeff, was one of the safeties, corners, John Sokowski, number 41, who broke into the backfield, delayed Davis from turning the corner, and strung him out for his teammates.
2:44 to play in this half. We're drawing things out a little bit here as we come to the conclusion of this first half.
Well, then, you know, the final 2 minutes always take 10 or 12.
Of course. And this time you're going to have Yorick and Davis both out wide to the right.
What do you say, Scott puts it up?
Bazemore and Boyd in the backfield. Nope, they go the pitch to Danny Boyd. He's got a lot of blockers out there. Oh, what a play. That could have been a big gainer except for 55, Bill Deary being in the way. Heck of a play. Danny Boyd had all the running room. He had blockers out there galore. And Deary comes up, trips him up by the shoelaces, and 4-yard gain. Third down and 6 inches to go for a first down.
Well, you came down quickly on that play.
It's a bit breezy here today. See if Norristown can get a short down. Oh, look at this. They go up to pass the ball. He's got Boyd wide open. I don't believe it. You know, I was just about to say, that's a fine play, but that requires somebody to catch the ball. If you don't catch the ball, it's not a first down and you're punting. I don't believe it.
All the Eagles receivers were open that time. York was going deep on a little post pattern. He was coming across the middle. He was open. Davis was open over the about 10 yards from the line of scrimmage. And as you said, Boyd out of the backfield.
It's a good call. I like that call, but you got to make sure you get the first down. Just missed the ball. What can you say? He didn't fail to reel it in. It was right there. Scarpula back to punt. No fake. Short kick. Shanks it. It's out of bounds at the 32-yard line. A net kick of about 10 yards.
See that? I said that he was averaging 30 a kick the last time he went back, and now naturally I jinxed him too.
Make it 20 yards. I'm sorry, they have the chains moved already. That's a 20-yard kick by Chris Scarpula.
You know, that's one of the cases I think. Did you notice Scarpula had plenty of time because there was no rush? Thought just a little too much that time and got nothing into the kick. 7-all ball game, just a minute 24 to go. No pickup that time. Carrying the ball for Upper Merion, number 24, Joe White, in there on the tackle. Dave Wallace for the Eagles. Don't forget, just in a couple of minutes, halftime festivities. We're going to have the crowning of the King and Queen for homecoming. The homecoming floats coming on through here. And we'll give you our so-called alleged expert analysis of the first half.
We're under a minute to play in the first half. Staley in motion. Offsides. I think that's going to be encroachment against Upper Merion. Willie Fisher stepped across the line, but I think the center there, Sean Sowers, moved a little bit. Yes, he did. Illegal procedure against Upper Merion.
Jeff Brandon, referee. I am impressed.
The man has eyes, I got to tell you. 50 seconds to play in this half. Once again, Chad Harp will be bringing you the rundown on all of these halftime festivities. The floats, who won, I happen to have privileged information. I do know the results, but I think I'll wait for the suspenseful unveiling of all these fantastic floats.
Well, you are a fine young man doing that.
And I certainly am. There's the draw. Not very effective at that. And on the tackle, Stephen McCall.
Boy, Stephen McCall, for a guy who we believe is getting his first start of the season, has been making some headlines today.
Jeff Hearn made a fine tackle. Roger Grove is a bit upset about something.
You know, this is a key one here for the Eagles. If they hold them, of course, there's only 23 seconds left in the first half, but a 3rd and 15, you never know. You could get one play off. Your offense gets the ball back. I would assume that Upper Merion would be content just to run it, kill the clock, go into intermission, leading or tied 7-all, and don't forget, the 3rd quarter, Eagles kick off to them.
23 seconds to play in this half. But I'll tell you what, the field really hasn't been a factor today, I don't think. It's a little bit muddy. There's some mud on the jerseys, and it's a little bit torn up now across midfield.
True.
But
and right where Upper Merion's operating right now also.
Not that big a factor, though.
Well, I sure don't understand the official's call, do you?
I'm not sure what's going on at this point. But he's discussing something with Roger Grove, who was livid on the sideline just a moment ago about something.
I think they're all ordering coffee for intermission.
Could be it.
Tony Koya, of course, is going to go get us some here at halftime. That's, of course, his big role here, other than being our executive producer.
And a supervision, delegation, those are all management terms that Tony's very, very fond of.
And let us not forget that Sam Galbraith, as you are watching this tape, is sitting alone at Norristown High School right now, running this tape, so you folks at home can have the courtesy of watching it.
Slice a piece of turkey for Sam
Send
and mail it to Norristown High School, care of Tony Koya. He'll be grateful.
Give up the middle. We've got just 10 seconds, or 14 seconds. The Eagles immediately call a timeout. Far short of the first down.
It'll be 4th down and about 12 yards to go. That's why Roger Grove was so upset. He wants that ball back. He was obviously not happy with the way the clock was being ticked down. And a lot of mulling going on around here. People just saying hi. Haven't seen you in 3 months. How are you?
Or 7 or 8 years in some cases.
In some cases, yes. Punting squad comes onto the field for the Vikings.
And of course, you will be down at the gate signing autographs and
at halftime, yes.
Mm-hmm. You're going to come back for the 3rd quarter.
Oh, sure, okay. Sure.
You know, I just figured maybe if you wanted to do the rest of the game.
My right hand may be tired from signing all those things, but I'll be able to hold the mic with the left hand.
The Go Friends got the autograph pics.
That's right. Andrea brought those 8x10 glossies, and she's out there hawking them now.
I'm sure she's getting a lot of money for them. A lot of people have to burn things today to stay warm.
That's right. There's the snap. Good snap. Oh, I'll tell you. Rob Horton almost blocked that punt. Brett Queenan fumbles. Falls on it. Fumble. Let's pull it out. Somehow Norristown got that ball back. Dave Wallace, number 86, fell on that ball for Norristown. Brett Queenan, now there's one, lost his footing. And with 2 seconds to play in the half, Norristown will perhaps put the ball up on top. Nope, no they won't. The clock starts. Norristown fails to get a play off. The first half is over. So almost a climactic ending to this first half, but not so. We're going to stay on the air here, folks. We'd like to give you a little bit of a wrap-up, and then we'll get to the homecoming floats and the Queen and her court, et cetera, et cetera.
A lot of those et ceteras going around here today.
Plenty of et ceteras.
Must be that type of season.
There's the squad, both squads going off the field here.
What do you say? Quick recap of how this game started off. Very first play, Upper Merion, correction. Norristown, big gainer by Danny Boyd. Boom, penalty, puts him back. We're looking at a 1st down and 25 situation. 2 plays later, Jim Scott drops back, finds a wide open Forrest Davis. Fires the ball about 30 yards downfield. Davis goes in the rest. Total distance 68 yards, and with just a minute 53 off the clock, Norristown up 7-0.
That's right, Rob Wennick adding an extra point for the Eagles, and then Norristown seemed to go to sleep after that, Alan. They haven't moved the ball since then on any offensive possession. They had 2 big opportunities. Matt Moresco threw 2 interceptions. One, Norristown took over at the 20-yard line of the Vikings and couldn't get a 1st down.
And the other one, the 48, they got 2 first downs. Boom. The drive is stalled.
And the big play for Upper Merion was a face mask penalty against Norristown. It was 3rd down and long. They had a big gainer to Ed Holinsky across the right side, and a call against them, face mask, moves it 15 yards, and they strike the Holinsky on the scoring play, 28 yards. Was that 22 yards?
22 yards.
They had gained before that.
About 4:44 left in the first half. And, you know, I was kidding about Matt Morosco, the senior quarterback for Upper Merion. His first 2 passes intercepted. But, you know, he came back and showed you something there in the second quarter. Second 2 passes, the big gainer to Holinsky, as you just said, and the second one resulting in the touchdown, giving Upper Merion their points.
So we're tied at halftime, 7-all, and not exactly an inspirational performance by either squad. Although I had to pick Norristown coming into this game, I thought they were the odds-on favorite to win. Upper Merion, not exactly an overwhelming season this year for them. They've had some disappointments, but if they can come out of this game with a victory, their season's a success. No question about it.
I'll tell you what, since we're killing time here until the halftime and the homecoming festivities start, Upper Merion, you know, finished the regular year with a 6-2 record in the American Conference of the Liberty Division of the American Conference. It's a Suburban 1 League, and as far as I'm concerned, they've got to shorten all those titles and just make it one thing. But overall record 6-5 on the year. Norristown coming in here with a 7-3 slate.
7-3-1. Of course, that one coming at the hands of Joe Iacovetti and Plymouth Whitemarsh High School.
That's right. Second game of the year, a 6-6 tie. You know, actually, Upper Merion had a chance to win the Liberty Conference. They went into a big game with Plymouth Whitemarsh. The Colonials prevailed. Looked like the Colonials wrapped it up. Then they lost and gave the title to Quakertown. Norristown's division, of course, won by Central Bucks West, as long as they are not upset today and have their big winning streak snapped by CB East in their traditional Thanksgiving Day rivalry.
And before, I just wanted to mention,